Hi, Joe Maggiore with Desert Dimensions Properties. It is almost fall. You can tell from the fall decor. Around our office is one of the things that always comes up around fall is we start to look at things like property management and annual tree trimming services, things that need to be done on a yearly basis. Lots of times owners, property owners, think that tenants who are responsible for landscaping are responsible for annual pruning, and very commonly tenants think that owners are responsible for pruning. Really, the rule of thumb is that even if you've got a tenant who on the lease is responsible for the landscaping maintenance, that usually means things like mowing the grass, pulling weeds, shrubs, bushes, things along those lines. When you've got big trees and mesquites and these Palo Verde trees that need seasonal pruning and to be significantly cut back, those items are typically the responsibility of the landlord. It's very common that is not necessarily known by the landlord and not really known by the tenant. So oftentimes what happens is you have owners that have tenants in properties that might go 2 or 3 or more years with trees not being properly pruned, and then they get overgrown, and then we have monsoon season that comes along and damages them and blows them down and creates all these big headaches for everybody. It's really important for rental property owners to know that it's pretty much going to be their responsibility to get somebody in there once a year, assess the condition of the trees, do a seasonal prune back, make sure that they're being watered appropriately, things that really have to do with the infrastructure of the landscaping as opposed to just the maintenance of the landscaping. If you've got a good property management company, they're probably going to be sending out reminders that seasonal tree trimming needs to happen. We do that here. You might get things other times a year, like, it's time to service ACs before the summer season comes into play, especially if you're in Arizona. But really, it's very important for a landlord to know that that's going to be their expense, something they might need to budget for. If they're managing the property themselves, they need to know they've got to set themselves a reminder to get somebody in there and assess the condition, give them a price, communicate with tenants. If there's pets, you got to make sure that stuff is all coordinated, and it keeps tenants happy. It is really what can be done to best preserve the property, the landscaping. It's the best thing for the value of the property to prevent damages, insurance claims. All those things factor into trees that aren't being maintained and then create damage and things like that. Of course, if you have any questions, we're always here to help. DesertDimensions.com. I'm Joe Maggiore with Desert Dimensions Properties. Thanks.